Well, good morning to you all. Good morning. Monday, 20th of November 2023. What's in the works for today? Well, the first thing is to shoot down to the shops and get supplies for the week. But the big project for the day is to attempt to fit an electric radiator. It was taking me time there because this chap was just coming round the town hall and I didn't know quite where he was going. Anyway, yeah, electric radiator for my bedroom. Now, I'm not a great fan of electric radiators, but then again, I'm not a great fan of freezing to death. You know, I can live with an electric radiator, but freezing to death might sort of stop me getting on with important things like restoring the charrette. So that's the project. Why the urgency? Well, this week the weather forecast tells us that we're going to have our first cold weather of the year. We might be getting the odd frost, but it tends not to get warmer until the end of February. So, you know, let's get it done. It never seems quite so pretty when it's overcast like this. It benefits from having the sun, but the scenery is wonderful around here, and of course all of the leaves are changing colour. Compared to where I used to be in England, it strikes me that the leaves stay in the trees a lot longer here. Well, I suppose they would. We're quite a bit further south. But isn't that just lovely? The browns and the yellows replacing the greens. Seasonal changes, and of course the fields are always changing as crops are lifted and the ground is turned and fertilised and got ready for the next crop. The good thing around about now, the car heater has got to a point where it's actually throwing out warmth, which is good on a morning like this. It's not cold, but it certainly isn't warm. Can stop here. Yes, there's nothing behind me. I just think this is a lovely view across this bit of field, and what we can see, there's some sheep and chickens. You know, why not? Why wouldn't you let your sheep run with the chickens? Right, let's get underway because I don't want to hold the traffic up. And we'll stop at this crossroads. Okay, everybody, French word for crossroads, carrefour. Can we have? Yeah, we'll have carrefour. There's people having breakfast. I, of course, had mine a little while ago. Done a wash load, but I've rig up the clothes dryer in the bedroom because it ain't going to get dry today, not in this weather. There's a certain sort of damp feel in the air. One of the things on my shopping list for this morning will be some Christmas cards. Yeah, it's a time for thinking about friends that we haven't seen for some time. With less daylight hours, we've probably got no excuse for not writing those letters and getting those cards off to them. I did spend a little bit of time this morning looking at some of my very old video, and I was quite surprised. I'd forgotten how many videos I had of some friends singing stuff. And yeah, sometimes in song we remember people. So, you know, if you do watch this, Cliff, happy Christmas, mate. Who can forget Cliff singing, I found him by the railway tracks this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. Oh, that's a cheerful song, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you do watch this, Cliff, happy Christmas. There's another gentleman that I really am remiss in not getting some cards off. He used to sing something rather different. Yeah, let's see if I can remember the words. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. It is right to give him thanks and praise. Father Almighty and ever-living God, we do well always and everywhere to sing the song of praise. If that's you, I am thinking of you. If you know the rest of the words, well, make a video of it, post it on YouTube, give us all the benefit. Of course, these days I tend to listen to chaps singing in a somewhat different language. The song that seems to be very popular amongst chaps who wear fancy clothing on Sunday mornings is As fresh as May. I often think of that as the shower song, and those of you that know a little bit of Latin or a bit of liturgy will get the joke with that. But there we are. We're approaching Creuse. I better think about the shopping list. Yes, shop windows are beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Does anyone want curling tongs for their Christmas present? I'm sort of guessing George probably doesn't, but some of the rest of you might. What have we got going on? Concerts and things. What can we see in this window? Well, yes, of course, Christmas trees. Sapin de Noël. Yes, not too sure about the origins of the wise man and the angel, but you get the idea, don't you? Yes, Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, God bless you. Well, I've still managed to get to the shops slightly before they're open, so I thought I'd just pull out what it was that friends of mine were reading yesterday. Yesterday, for some people, will have been thought of as the 24th and last Sunday after Pentecost. Not everyone will describe it in those terms, but, you know, why not? And if that's how you described it, then perhaps you would know that the liturgical colours for yesterday were green. If you don't understand liturgical colours, well, don't worry about that. Well, don't worry about it too much. But the preface to what we perhaps should have been thinking about yesterday, and indeed every day this week, is that God so made the human mind that it remembers joys more easily than pains. Man's very destiny is eternal joy, and joy is the life of his hope. But for Christ's members, even pain has vast meaning and dignity, because it is the very price by which Christ opened heaven, and the price he asks every Christian to pay in imitation of him. The final judgment will reveal what use each soul has made of joy and of pain. During the past year of worship, what increased sorrow for sin, and what deepened love for our Lord? And what greater kindness to others, especially the poor and forsaken, have prepared you for the joyous peace of heaven? Well, there we are. There's some thoughts for the day. I know a lot of you like to look at transport and cars and things, but I just thought I would show you how we get things done around here. That's a good load lugger, isn't it?